guys, before we start the video, wanted to give a quick mention to the sponsor of today's video, the Good Shepherd Defense. I included the business card for Tony, the manager. If you guys are looking for a pistol, they have a lot of options. They don't have anything like Atlas or SVI or crazy things like that, but they do carry a lot of stuff and have some very, very good prices for those things that are in stock. So feel free to reach out or comment down below and I can help you out as well. What's up guys, Guns for Newbies back here today. We're going to be talking about the Atlas Athena. Nevertheless, before we get into the video, I want to thank everybody that's liked, subscribed, shared the videos, helped me get views and things like that. Really trying to grow the channel, get more stuff on the channel for you guys, which is why last week we dropped the Canic video. I understand that's going to be a little bit more appealing towards, like, you know, everybody, because it's kind of the niche price point that people want to spend for a firearm, and even that can be a little bit higher than what some people want to spend. And you know, I make these videos just to educate people. Sometimes you do fall into a specific pattern in buying firearms, which I'll dive into here in a minute, and I'll kind of, you know, dive into why I'm buying these pistols and stuff like that. But before we get into all that, like I said, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to like and subscribe. If you're returning, please be sure to like, and you know, definitely let's get a little bit more interaction with what you guys are seeing. We've had a lot of interactions with the last videos, and actually have learned quite a bit from some of the people that have commented in the descriptions. Even with some of the bad experiences I've had, some people have had some worse experiences, so I think it's cool that some of those things are being talked about, because a lot of things in the gun industry are, quite frankly, just I don't want to say they're pre-written, but it certainly feels that way. So there's very few people that are telling you the blatant, honest truth on what a pistol is, what you get out of it, so on and so forth. There's a lot of bias and a lot of things that just lead consumers down the wrong path. So I try to give you guys my honest opinion from my own personal purchases and issues that I've had with buying things, and just try leading you guys down the right path. You know, these videos are structured around helping you guys not make the same mistakes that I did. Had I have had a little bit more directions, I would have done so much of it differently and just went down a completely different path. But neither here nor there. Hopefully you guys find some you know, some value in these videos, and you know, I really just appreciate everybody that likes, subscribes, and I mean, we get like 99% positivity. Like, very rarely do we have anybody comment something negative or even dislike a video. So it's kind of cool that we're appealing to those audiences and we're getting to the right place. My watch hours are down and my subscribers continuously are going up. So we're actually getting more subscribers in a single month than we've ever had, which is really, really awesome. And it just lets me know that my videos are being pushed to the right people. So again, if this is something that you like, please be sure to hit the like button. That'll help me get pushed out to more people for YouTube's algorithm. However, enough about that. I did want to dive directly into this video. So the Atlas Athena. So if you guys are not aware of, I tried to cover some of this in my last couple videos. I have done a number of Atlas reviews for a reason. I think they're kind of the peak of 2011. That's just my opinion. I have purchased all of these pistols from everywhere that I've been able to scour and find them from. So none of these have came from, all of these have not come from the same place. Atlas did not send me any of these pistols whatsoever. They didn't give me a discount, anything like that. I'm speaking to you guys truly out of, you know, my personal preference of all the 2011s that I've fired and got the pleasure of having and owning. This is just a fantastic pistol. So actually, this pistol is the Athena, which is a 4.6 inch 9mm non-compensated reported pistol. This variant comes with the sub 2 pound trigger. That's the one that I prefer, especially because the you get a really, really crisp trigger. So here's the reset, and then the pull, which is insane. But also you do get another form of safety. So if you were to ever want to use this as an all-purpose pistol, competition, duty, whatever the case may be, because to my understanding, you can have, like as a law enforcement officer, I believe pretty much anything's on the table. I'm not sure if you can have like ported or compensated pistols. maybe you can, depending on what department you are, but in terms of everything, if you want to buy your own pistol, I believe you can do this. I have a law enforcement buddy that is looking into actually carrying an Atlas, if you can believe that or not. But I'm not sure what the regulations are in your area. This is what's going on here. So in terms of everything, we'll just start from the beginning, assuming that you don't know very much about this pistol. Maybe you've got a 2011, you're looking to go up to the next one. We'll just kind of baseline it and build up from there. So the Atlas is going to come with a very amazing trigger, as I already mentioned. That is like something huge for me. I like when you adjust them that you can get that insanely short travel, awesome reset, and awesome break. I mean, that trigger job they put in these is just by far the best thing that I've ever felt. Along with that, you're going to get an aluminum grip module with interchangeable panels, blended beaver tail that's fit and pinned, or it's not pinned, but it's just seated, so that way it might be pinned. I really don't know. I just know it's seated and beautifully blended. As you can see, there's literally no gap. I'm kind of OCD, so the fitment being perfect is definitely, it's not a need for me, as I do have some 2011s that the fitment isn't perfect. However, it is a nice bonus for me. I think that when you're spending high dollar on a pistol, it should come, very nicely made, and this one definitely doesn't fall flat. So with the aluminum grip module, you're going to get some interchangeable panels, which makes it really nice because you can contour it to your hand size. I have medium-sized hands, I would think, so I like having the palm swell, they call it, on the right side, and then recently I have switched to the flat side on the left side. Now, interestingly enough, this is actually my wife's gun, so I really haven't shot this all too much. However, she likes that too, and she's got smaller hands. So maybe that's just something that will work for like small to medium hands, but they also do sell other grip panels that you can put over here, swells and step panels, in case you need that extra surface area for your hands. Now, for me, the thing that I like with the flat side is that because of where the safety lever lands, you have a full grip area right here, and then it actually lets you just completely cover this whole area with your left hand. With the step panels, you just get kind of, in my opinion, you get like this area, you'll just have a little bit less, like you can really, really push on it, but I've noticed you kind of cover more of it with the flat area. So that's just my 2 cents there. You can do whatever it is that you want with your pistol. I just think that's what works for me. And that's the cool thing about it. Like I was saying, you get the grip panel so you can change it out. If you want the flat side on this, as well, because you have even smaller hands, you can do that. And then obviously if you have bigger hands, you can probably even put a palm swell over here, get more surface area if that's what works for you. Now, you're also going to get, as I mentioned earlier, with these safeties, and obviously we're safety checked, I already showed you that, but with the thumb safeties, you are going to get a very, very large, it's primarily for right-handed shooters. You can get different ones, so that way if you're left-handed, you can do that as well. I believe they do have a left-handed option for the mag release as well, which is cool, which they're one of the only 2011 manufacturers, I believe, that has something from themselves, nothing aftermarket. So I think that's pretty cool. In terms of the magwell, they have a lot of different options. They have a carry magwell. This is their tactical magwell. I really don't care for the tactical. For me, I want something either low profile because I'm going to carry it, or huge because I'm going to use it in a match. So, but this is hers, and this is the one that she likes. For me, I really don't. I'm really not big on it. But again, that's what she likes. So it's really nice that they have a lot of Atlas brand magwells that are going to allow you to change the feel sensation of the magwell, so for reloads, which is very nice. Now you're going to get a full pick rail, so you can mount whatever light you want on there. We like the Surefire X300s mainly for holster compatibility. So you get a 5-inch 2011 profile. Typically they all fit the same, which is kind of why you'll see on all our pistols we have the Surefire X300s. So, and it fits a full 5-inch profile exactly flush, so it's kind of cool, makes it look a little bit more tactical. And then you also get the benefit of having the light underneath to help with the muzzle flip of the pistol. Not that it's like anything unbearable, it does make the pistol a little bit more heavy, so technically you're making your transition slower. However, that's just how we like to shoot our pistols, what we've been accustomed to forever, and so we didn't want to change it. This one, it came with the RMR plate for the SRO, And I really like the way they do the SRO. They space it back just far enough to where it's not covering the ejection port, as you can see there. So the front of the glass comes back. It is still close, so you do get some dirt and debris that shoots upwards, and you kind of catch a little bit of that, but it's not as bad as it certainly could be. And I believe there's actually another panel maybe that you can get that might, or a panel, another plate system that you can get maybe that'll push it back, but I like this one because this one seems to be done very, very well. I have not had any issue with any of the plate systems. We actually had a guy in our group at our last match, sucks, but his plate system just bent and then his hollow sun flew right off of there, and he was using the OEM manufacturer plating system. So it is not a gun, spoiler alert, that I've ever reviewed on this channel. So if you're seeing any of my videos, I've never had one of those, never owned one of those, quite frankly I never will, but it is not viewed on any of my stuff. So if you see any of the guns that I've reviewed, you don't see, and you're safe to pretty much purchase any of those, as long as I haven't made any negative feedback on it, right? So which again, I buy all these out of my own pocket, so I typically try to do as much research as I can. I'll flat out be honest, I bought Atlas on a whim, saw them, thought they looked cool, bought one, and then after I liked it so much, I learned all about them, and then that's kind of why I switched over to these. And I kind of touched on that, why I was, in the beginning of the video, why I was switching to these. Really, it's going to be for quality, guys. So I shoot a lot, and this has always been a hobby that I've been in, obviously, which is why I make the videos and try to help out everybody. But I will tell you right now, next to none, there's no pistol that just has ever given me this feel that Atlas Gunworks has. And I don't get paid for them. I don't receive anything. I don't have an agreement. I can say whatever I want to on these videos. And these pistols are just absolutely perfect. The blending, the fitment from the grip module to the frame fitment from the frame to the slide, the barrel, everything. It's just flat out just perfect. I absolutely love them. And I mean, for the sake of the video, a lot of people are like, oh man, I can't. And it's funny because I had a buddy who kind of was on that train too, and I talked to them about it because he had shot a couple of my 2011s, and he was just this huge Glock guy. And nothing wrong with owning a Glock, nothing wrong with any of that, nothing wrong with owning a Canic, anything like that. But one thing that a lot of people that can't justify spending a couple grand for a pistol typically do is they'll own like 6 or 7 of the same exact gun. Like they'll have like a Glock with a comp, a Glock with a port, a Glock with nothing, a Glock with an optic, Glock without, you know what I'm saying? So they have like, several thousands of dollars wrapped up into these guns, and I'm telling you, there's a reason these guns exist. There's a reason there's a market for this. There's a reason that there's a 2-year wait on building one of these from the manufacturer. It is because the pistols are absolutely amazing. If there was nothing better, that's all we'd have is Glock and M&Ps and SIGs. But this isn't a comparison video. I'm just giving you my reasons on why I think it's fully worth it. You get a custom, because you can get bits and pieces here, change out the interchangeability. Technically, you can do that with any gun, but I'm just saying the way that this one is put together is just perfect. As you can see, there's literally no slop whatsoever. I'm not trying to flag you guys on purpose, but just trying to show you there's absolutely no flop on this slide whatsoever. It fits perfectly. We have about 650 rounds through this pistol, and it is just amazing. It is a very good choice for people who are looking to get a pistol to do limited optics. If you want to compete with it, it is an awesome range toy. I definitely would 100% expect this. I mean, like in a home defense scenario situation, this would be an awesome pistol to have. The return to zero on this pistol is amazing as well. It just functions exactly as intended, and you can just tell the expense that they or I guess the lengths they went to definitely makes it worth the expense. You're going to see, and we have some shooting video on this, of course, we always do. These pistols shoot so soft that, and Atlas is a company to where, again, if you're unaware, they're not worried about how much actual rise it has. They're worried about the sensation, the quality of the pistol, and how it returns back to zero. So they're known, and that's also why it shows on the barrel. Here, we'll see if it can. There's some engraving on there. See if I can get it in there. It keeps locking in on my face. But if you can't read it, it says perfect 0. So you're really just at the top of the 2011 world, in my opinion, for these pistols. Little things to go to with the big thumb safety, so that way you can kind of get that higher grip angle. I also love the way that they curve the beaver tail in the back. It gives you kind of this forward grip angle, and it just makes it really easy to drive that pistol downwards and get a higher grip on the gun, and just really helps you land your shots exactly where you want them to. With that trigger being that precise, you literally know when you've shot a bad shot. So we'll dive into the shooting video, and then we'll come back for some final thoughts.
Best pistol I've literally ever shot.
Okay, guys, and now that we're back, we'll just dive into the final thoughts. So if you're considering getting a pistol for limited optics, kind of, just a multiple purpose pistol, I think that this is a fantastic choice. I actually really do like the 4.6 inch. I didn't understand why they made it 4.6 inch, but after further education on it, they make it 4.6 inch because this is the optimal length for our 9mm cartridge to push a barrel length. So 4.6 inch is just kind of what they engineer, from an engineering standpoint. This is kind of what's a 9mm cartridge is set up to for maximum efficiency, is what I'm understanding. Any longer, you're getting into some other things, like it's pushing the slide back too slow. It might function just fine, but it's not optimal from a engineering standpoint. So, and I kind of did notice that it does shoot a little faster than a full 5-inch pistol does. You typically notice the slide's a little bit slower to reciprocate, and when you start noticing those things, like it just might make you per shot a couple milliseconds or whatever faster, and help contribute to the end goal of making you just a faster overall shooter. But realistically, I'm not buying these pistols because I'm a pro shooter. I'm buying them because I enjoy to shoot them, and I do shoot competitively, and just what I enjoy. I mean, if you like shooting guns a lot and you want every round that comes out of your gun to be awesome, you definitely wouldn't be going wrong by buying an Atlas pistol. Along with that, there are just a lot of just bonuses. I love the finish they put on these pistols. It doesn't wear off like other, cheaper finishes like nitride or anything like that. And it's just they've all been stellar. So as the video currently sits, we have several Atlas pistols. None of them have had ever a single malfunction. That I didn't talk about here real quick before we go is the fact that it has a threaded magazine release. So you can, if you choose to get a paddle, you can get all sorts of different designs there for easier reloads, and that will make that a lot better as well, especially on a competition pistol. Like, you want a nice paddle. I have a paddle on my Artemis, and I absolutely love it because you don't have to break your grip. Like right here, it's kind of short and I can do it, but like somebody with a smaller hand, like you might only be able to kind of push the back, and they actually make ones that are contoured in the back. If you can't reach it, then you can add that in there. I mean, there's just all sorts of different magazine releases that you can get, but this one has the 4-40 thread pitch, so you would just need to get something with that same thread pitch, and you want to probably put a little bit of blue Loctite on there, twist it on there, let it sit, and then you're good to go, do whatever you need to do. But all in all, these pistols, I know I say that a lot, the all in all, but all in all, this is an amazing pistol. Absolutely love shooting it. Again, I haven't shot it too much. I have shot it enough to say it is a fantastic shooter. My wife shoots this pistol primarily. She's probably put, out of the 650 rounds, she's probably put 450 of them. So she just absolutely loves it. And we're going to do another video on her other gun. We got her out of the XC to go up to a Apollo. So that video will be coming as well, so stay tuned for that. That'll come the following week, as long as nothing else kind of takes me off track. And we'll just kind of see where we're at with those videos, because we have some other pistols that are being sent to us. So I want to make sure I'm getting those out on I would say a respectable time frame. So out of respect for receiving a pistol without me having to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of pistols, I just want to make sure I'm doing those to be courteous. Now, again, I say whatever I need to say. There's no agreement for whatsoever. I'm just buying these pistols out of pure enjoyment, and I definitely can say these have been the pistols that I've liked so much I could just never see these leaving my collection of pistols. And kind of same thing for my wife. She has this one, and then she wanted to go up to the other one for open class in USPSA. I know you're at an advantage for shooting open minor, but we're not there to be grandmasters or anything like that. We're just trying to level up our shooting, and we're trying to shoot pistols that we enjoy shooting. I've never been a big fan of the open style big race guns. I like stuff that fits in holsters that I could actually use, just everyday use. Like, this pistol is reliable enough that I would even consider carrying it. A home defense pistol would be amazing. It would suck to lose it, but at some point I'm sure you'll get it back. Just an amazing, amazing shooter. If you have the capability to go and shoot a 2011, let alone one of these at your local range, you know somebody with one that's cool enough to let you shoot one, you will definitely not be disappointed. You'll probably start selling some of your old guns, because that's exactly what happened to me. So went out, shot 2011s, fell in love with the platform, and then I shot these pistols. Essentially ended up going up to these. So I hope this video has helped you guys in any sort of way that it might help you make a decision if you're looking at an Atlas. I think they are definitely 10 out of 10 excellent, over the top, and we'll continue to go through these pistols, shoot them, and also update the public audience that we have in terms of reliability, how the quality is held up, are there any concerns, any issues we bring along the way, so on and so forth. So thank you so much for watching. I've talked enough, and so that's why we're kind of abruptly ending it. But stay tuned. We have more videos to come on the Atlas pistols in the future content. So thank you guys so much.